Hello, good morning, and thanks for joining us here for our 8:30 a.m. stream show. It is Thursday, April 30th. I'm Mitch Carter.
That's right. We made it to the last day of April,
right.
Hill folks. But of course, it's a little cooler out there. Maybe grab a jacket. We'll have our expert meteorologist Byron Douglas join us here at the second part of today's stream show. But for now, we're going to recap some headlines.
Absolutely.
All right. So Owensboro police say that 4 teens are facing charges after a weekend burglary took place. Officers, they say that the suspects there are 18-year-olds Bobby Keller, Travis Keller, and Isaac Mattingly, and also an unnamed 15-year-old as well. Police say that the 4 there caused thousands of dollars in damage at Greensman Landscape Solutions on Frederica Street. Officers say they also stole thousands of dollars worth of tools and electronics from Maui's theme park. Well, they say most of that stolen property has now been recovered, but all 4 are charged with burglary and criminal mischief.
And new this morning from Vandenberg County, Prosecutor Diana Merce was part of a ceremonial signing for House Bill 1165 on Wednesday. She says this started off with a phone call to Representative Wendy McNamara, who represents parts of Posey and Vandenberg County. McNamara then created the bill, which increases the penalties for serious crimes against animals. The bill also adds a higher-level felony for those accused of killing police canines. The two were joined by several EPD officers at the signing, along with EPD canine Cash.
All right, and happening today, I want to let you know about this here. You are invited to Ivy Tech's annual Entrepreneurship Expo. It's happening from 11 to 12:30 in the Cook Student Center there on main campus. Students from Ivy Tech and the EVSC New Tech Institute will showcase their startup ventures. Officials say this just helps prepare the students for those real-world challenges and also get them ready for starting or working in their own business.
And check this out here. A Henderson man given a very special award at the most recent commissioners meeting. Got some video here for you and some sound. Take a look.
In a moment where seconds matter, Jermaine Johnson chose courage over fear and action over hesitation.
Our commissioners say that a car caught fire next to a gas pump at the Circle K on Highway 41 without hesitation. They say employee Jermaine Johnson, there on your screen, ran out of the store and tried to put it out. When that didn't work, he got inside the burning car, put it in neutral, and then pushed it out from under the awning and away from those gas pumps.
I didn't really think about the car on fire or what was going on. I was just like, it's got to move. So that's just what I did.
Commissioners say it could have been a, quote, catastrophic incident. Johnson's bravery reflects the very best of Henderson. Johnson says he served in the Marines for 10 years and has had experience with similar situations. Very, very cool story there. Congrats to him.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to highlight that. We ran
Absolutely.
that story this morning a couple of times. Thought we'd bring it here for you guys again today, and on a good note there for you.
Absolutely. Right now here, it is 8:33, coming up on 8:34 on your Thursday, the last day of the month here. May 1st tomorrow. Pay your rent, mortgage, whatever you got to do, all that good stuff. As far as weather goes here, stick around. Byron Douglas up next with the weather look out there. Overall, so far, it's drier this morning, which is great news, but a lot cooler for those getting up and joining us. Certainly different than what we've seen with this record-breaking April here. But stick around. Byron Douglas up next with more.
That's right. See you guys.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Good Thursday morning on this final day of April. Hope everyone's doing well, having a great day. We're going to start with our rain and storm chances. We're looking at some spotty light rain for tomorrow. Mainly just some sprinkles. I put a 10% chance in for a sprinkle or two Saturday afternoon. Possible alert days, still early yet, covering Tuesday and Wednesday. That's May 5th and May 6th. The potential for some thunderstorms. We'll be dealing with some energy, especially out to our west. The storm could still be out in Oklahoma and Texas back on Tuesday. And then something we'll have to monitor into Wednesday and Thursday of next week. We'll run down the pollen counts. We'll take some of this full here in a moment. Say good morning to a few folks. Pollen counts will stretch a little bit, but we've had some beneficial rains this week, nearly 2 inches of rain during that time frame. Most of it was on Monday. Laura, Suzanne, Cheyenne, good morning to you. Teresa, thanks for tuning in. April, I believe, will be the warmest on the books. We'll finish temperatures generally in the mid-60s. I went back and checked as many records as I could, but go back to 1897. Generally, the first time ever we had 3-day start in the 80s. First time we had 6 days in a row at 80 or higher, 15 at 80 or higher. I didn't see anything in even more than 2012, which was a very warm April, March and April of that year, and it was a hot year, a sweltering summer. And we had some record highs mixed in there as well. So we were well above average as far as our temperatures were concerned. Our average high is close to 77. That's all the months. The average low was in the 50s. So we could beat the record by 1.5 degrees, and then we had most of our rain the past 3 days. The new drought maps will be in later today. Probably we'll get some easing to abnormally dry, perhaps to moderate. I think the severe extreme drought-like conditions would end across Hopkins and Muhlenberg counties. Some of these areas had 3-4 inches of rain this week, but we'll wait for the official word for that. Generally abnormally dry, and these we're going to update from the drought monitor. Nothing here on Doppler radar. We'll widen it out just a bit. If you're traveling regionally, we're in good shape. St. Louis, Indy, Louisville, down through Nashville. We had a severe thunderstorm warning there along southwestern stretches there in South Carolina very early this morning. No impacts across our area, of course. And we'll have some cirrus clouds stream in from the west during the afternoon. They'll be kind of cool to look at. Otherwise, we'll have a full plate of sunshine. From the Climate Prediction Center, May is trending. Of course, March was 5th warmest. April is going to be the warmest on the books, and usually eventually going to get caught up with a pattern change. So we're trending below normal as far as temperatures are concerned. Precipitation, slightly above average. Typically in May, we get about a little over 1 inch of rain per week on average. And we go out to May 13th. Mother's Day weekend potentially could be a little bit below normal, a little early as of yet, but that's the trend. 66, few clouds late, and then for tonight, we bottomed out in the low to mid 40s this morning. Then tonight, upper 40s, and then that rain in the pre-dawn hours. We'll check the timeline in a moment. So kind of some spotty light rain early, otherwise mostly sunny. Kind of what we experienced yesterday where we had the rain early and then we worked off the clouds very nicely. Here's the latest guidance. Winds generally will be out of the north, so it will be less breezy today. And then here come these high-level clouds. No impact on ball games out there tonight. Clouds will thicken up for tonight. And then some spotty light rain in early, small change. In fact, the latest guidance is trending a little bit drier, so we might take the 30 down to a 10-20% chance of a light shower. So some of you will be waking up to wet pavement tomorrow, and that will be about it. And then another system cycles through on Friday night. And then on Saturday, kind of trending partly to mostly sunny. The mid-levels of the atmosphere remain dry, but showing a few sprinkles in here. So I introduced a 10% chance of a sprinkle or two. So if you head to Churchill Downs, Ellis Park, wherever you're going, most of the day will be in the 50s and then touching about 60 late. And then the warmer of the weekend days will be on Sunday, the high of about 70. Next week, you look at some of the mid-range guidance. There's a chance for some thunderstorms with the front cycling on through Tuesday night, and perhaps into Wednesday, and then some additional chances as we go into Wednesday and Thursday of next week. And then that would be about it. And then the following weekend, as we go into Mother's Day weekend, would be relatively quiet. But that's well off into the distance. So something we'll be looking at. Of course, this generally is May, could be a very active month, and we have potential for a few active days as we go into next week. And I highlighted, we talked on sunrise. I went better than even chances for showers and storms, but possible alert time covering May 5th and May 6th, but nothing highlighted there in red as of yet. So there you go. We're going to finish April on a very sunny, kind of just slightly below normal. Almost kind of has an October feel to the weather, which you'd see in late October, but of course it is officially April. There's a look at the next 7 days. Hope everyone's doing well. Arden Gregory's going to have more coming up at 14 News at 11, then again at noon. Good morning to you, Marie and Autumn. We'll see everybody soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.